great tournament there. He's having a pretty good tournament here, playing Jeskai Tokens, a deck that is seeing a lot of representation here on day number 2. And he's got a card in play, actually 2 copies, of Soulfire Grandmaster, a card we haven't seen a ton of, but high expectations for that one.
We have had expectations for it, a lot of players have, in this Jeskai token deck because it combos so well with Stoke the Flames and just burn spells in general. It's in the sideboard of Jim Davis's blue-white control deck, and that's a very impressive application because you could potentially establish some sort of soft block with a counterspell. But so far, Soulfire Grandmaster really struggling to make a huge impact in this tournament. We've seen it here and there, but not a lot of it.
Well, someone who is making a huge impact in this tournament is Joey Page. You see him activating Nykthos right now. He's got a lot of permanents in play, and he's dropping even more out there in Karma Archer's Acolyte and Ilia's Disciple. So he's gaining a boatload of life. There's a Pelucranos out there that has 6 counters on it as Monstrous. A Genesis Hydra, that's a 4/4 out there. Courser, top card of his deck is Ilia's Disciple. And I believe Pogue has a Soulfire Grandmaster and a Goblin token in play and no cards in hand. So it's going to take one heck of a draw step to get him back into this game, it seems.
And Hostilities does a lot of work if he happens to have it in his sideboard and he's brought it in.
Well, that would be one heck of a draw step. I'm taking a look here, and I don't see any copies of that card hanging out. Some Stormbreath, some Glare of Heresy, some Anger of the Gods, but no Hostilities.
This board is not that profitable for Anger of the Gods.
No.
It's a lot of 4+ toughness going on here.
Page at a very healthy 39 life, by the way. Cure is going to get cashed in to allow Page to draw a copy of Temur Sabertooth. Nykthos is going to add a whole lot of mana, some we don't even see. Voyaging Satyr will untap Nykthos and generate even more mana. And this is even before Karametra's Acolyte has been tapped for mana.
So even if he's not going infinite in this spot, he does get to make a ton of mana, pick up his Genesis Hydra, re-up, find an Ascendancy.
Could also pick up his copy of Pelucranos, redeploy Monstrosity again.
Yeah, I would like to see someone go infinite here.
This is going to be a Valorous stance. And this will be in response to Temur Sabertooth. So Stance is going to try to get Pelucranos off the table, and that's going to succeed. And it'll be bought back thanks to the Soulfire Grandmaster.
That's our first activation we've seen on camera. Another first checked off.
Ring-a-ding-ding. Sabertooth's in now. Page is drawing a couple of cards off of that. You have to imagine there's a couple copies of Temur Ascendancy in play. That's why that's taking place.
Well, if that's the case, then he's infinite.
Yep. And he is going infinite right now, and he's demonstrating exactly what he's going to do. How you go infinite here, Patrick? Would you like to explain?
Well, you can use the Sabertooth to pick up the Katamara's Acolyte, tap the Acolyte for a ton of green mana, rinse and repeat. You draw a card with the Temur Ascendancy every time you go through this loop, and eventually you can Genesis Hydra, get a Nylea, God of the Hunt, or just attack with all of your trampling creatures.
It's lengthy, it's interesting, and it's fun. And Joey Page is having a blast as he wins and moves on to 9-3. It's funny because, you see Temur Ascendancy combos, how it's labeled, and okay, what's this guy really up to? Well, first of all, he did a deck tech with them. So if you haven't had the opportunity to see that, I would definitely head that way after this match, as we're going to be heading to a break here in just a bit. But